talk to Chef. We're not going to go. He's here on the phone. But we have on the phone Chef Tyler Stone, and he is known as one of America's rising stars in the next generation of chefs. If you are a big fan of the Cooking Network or Top Chef or who's the next Food Network star, well, we're talking to Chef Stone. And he has been a chef cooking since he was 4 years old. He has a passion for the culinary arts, and in his short career, he has accomplished much. He graduated from a local culinary academy, and we're going to go to him now on the phone. Hi there, Chef Tyler Stone.
How are you?
How you doing, Tyler?
I'm good. How are you, Bassil?
Good, thank you. Do you like me to call you Chef Tyler or Tyler or?
Call me Tyler, please.
Tyler? Okay.
No, Chef Tyler.
You've earned your chef.
That's Chef Tyler.
Call me Tyler. I'm a chef for the people, so don't worry about that.
Sounds good.
Hey, Tyler,
don't worry.
Do you wear funky chef pants?
No, I don't. That's a big no-no in my my viewpoint. I don't do that.
I tell you what, I've met Chef Tyler a few times at different events, and he's involved in a lot of charity events and stuff like that. And I've tasted some of his creations because he always have a little demonstration. And I tell you, it is divine.
Is it divine?
Really.
Thank you.
Now tell me, you were at the age of 4 and you started cooking? I mean, did you, Sunday morning, you have a little tray, you knock on your mom and dad's door and say, breakfast is being served?
Something like that, yeah. Basically, from the age of 4, I've always been very, hands-on and creative. And 1 year for Christmas, I got a little toy French fry maker. You put in a piece of bread and it cuts into strips like fries. So that was kind of my first foray into my creativity and kind of getting in there with my hands and getting dirty. But, I've always been cooking breakfast for mom and dad and dinners and lunches. And, it just started out very simple, of course. I wasn't 3-star Michelin and back when I was younger, but I've progressed quite a bit in my young age. I'm only 22 now, so I've been cooking for exactly half my life now.
Well, Chef Tyler, how did you publish a book before you were 18? It's not easy to publish a book.
Actually, well, I was 18 when I did publish it. It was right after I graduated high school. Mm-hmm. And, unlike, publishing can be one of those things kind of daunting, just like anything. And what it really comes down to is finding a printer, doing the design work, getting your photography, and then, all your layouts and proofreading and that. And once you can do all that or find the people you need to help you or do it yourself, which I did most of the work on the book myself, and I had it printed locally in Sacramento. It's really not that difficult, but you do have to have an eye for design and kind of know your way around the computer a bit. But it was a really fun project for me because I'm very creative, not just in the kitchen, but also outside the kitchen. Well, so anything like that I really enjoy.
At your young age, Tyler, it says here that you've already cooked for many notable individuals and celebrities. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I've cooked for people such as the Maloof brothers in Sacramento. I don't know if you know who they are, but they own the Kings basketball team and the Palm Resort.
Who are the Kings?
Yeah. I know, yeah, right. And I've also cooked for people such as John Tesh and the Doobie Brothers, and probably most notably is the former Vice President Dick Cheney and Mrs. Cheney.
Wow.
And that was in Washington, D.C. at the Naval Observatory.
Nice. How'd you get there to do that, Tyler?
What's that?
How did you get there to do that?
Well, that's one of the kind of things where you have to kind of know someone to get in. But even then, it was a friend of my family who knew the former vice president. But still, at that point, it took almost 2 years to get the opportunity to do that. Of course, you have background checks and
I think you worked for Halliburton, no?
Oh.
Yeah. No, I didn't work for Halliburton.
So, you have a book. Your first book is called The Kids Cooking?
Correct.
And it's got how many recipes in it? And they're all original, obviously, right?
Yes. Originality is one of those things. They said there are no new ideas in the world. Well, originality is kind of one of those things where you kind of see something or you experience something, and then to make it your own, you kind of put your own little twist or trademark on it, or your little change, if you want. And that's kind of what I've done. I mean, some of these things in my book, have been done before, albeit in a different way than the way I presented them. And then some of the things are just my creation that I've just come up with.
Tyler, I'd like to ask you about that because it says here in your book, The Kids Cooking, it features one of your signature dishes. Now, what would constitute one of your signature dishes?
Well, it's one of those dishes that is not only tastes amazing, but it's visually stunning in appearance. It's just one of those.
What is it? Like meatloaf?
No, it would probably be the goat cheese, roasted beef goat cheese salad.
Oh.
With
This
sauce.
is in the kids' cooking book?
Well, that's what's really interesting is that the title is a bit deceiving because most people, I shouldn't say most, but a majority of people, sometimes they think that it's a kid's cookbook. It's really not. I'm the kid on the front of the cover, so that's what the title refers to. So they think it's
like
a kid's
the
book.
kid is cooking.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
the kid.
Oh, the kid is
I
cooking.
knew that. She didn't. I'm sorry.
That went right over my head,
Apostrophe
Chef
S.
Tyler.
It was apostrophe S, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
But it's really if you've ever seen the book, and I think you have, haven't you, Basil? It's very
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The recipes are no more than a page.
Mm-hmm.
The ingredient lists are no more than a half a page, and then the instructions are no more than a half a page. So they're very simple recipes, but it's really in the way you plate the presentation, how you put it on the plate that makes the big difference.
And do you balance between healthy meals or just, your average day meals or what?
Absolutely. It's really important to eat healthy because, you can have the indulgences every once in a while, but if you were just to have indulgence, then, you would obviously not be in good health. And obviously you really couldn't enjoy a lot of good cuisine if you're not around on this world for a very long time. So you want to stay as healthy as possible. You want to be able to live as long as possible so you can have all those wonderful experiences. And then, in between, you have to have a little excitement. That's where we come in with the
Sure.
full fat cream and the butter and, every once in a while. But, I'm a real healthy eater. For about 6 years I was a spokesman in Sacramento locally for the American Heart, where I demonstrate healthy recipes on local television, and once or twice a month. And that was a lot of fun, and I started out very young doing that. And that's kind of where I started getting into the real healthy eating. And, every once in a while, I like to have that kind of, filet mignon or something like that.
Sure.
I'm a big proponent of eating lots of salads, lots of green vegetables, and a lot of stuff that's very just healthfully prepared and not too much
Sure.
butter or oil.
We're talking to Chef Tyler Stone, and your
One of the
website
youngest
is
chefs, right?
one of the and your website is cheftylerstone.com, correct?
ChefTylerStone.com.
Well, that's easy.
Now you are involved in a lot of charity events as well. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Oh, definitely. I do a lot of charitable events, and speaking of which, you are as well, my friend. We've seen each other at many of those, and that's always good fun.
Yes.
I do. I'm doing a couple of events in September. In the end of September, I think it's 24th and 25th. I'm doing an event down in Carmel. It's called Harvest Carmel, put on by the same company that does the Pebble Beach Food and Wine.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very great event.
Oh, Carmel is one of my favorite places
Absolutely.
on the planet.
So I'll be doing a demonstration, book signing, and they're doing it for charity. So it's going to be a really great event, and not to mention plenty of awesome food and wine and great chefs there. But I'm also doing one coming up in August, the 5th of August. That'll be at Silverado Resort in Napa, and that's going for Share Our Strength.
Man, Tyler, you're going from Carmel, Napa. You're hitting all the good
Absolutely.
places.
We got to go in style, We got to do it right. So that's also for charity. That's for Share Our Strength. That's to help feed the homeless and the less fortunate. And that's called Taste of the Nation. It's at that Silverado in Napa Valley, which is a great resort. So I'll be doing a live auction item, which brings in lots of money, and the recipient of the dinner always has a great time, and they get definitely a great value with the food and wine. And then I'll also be doing a food sampling as well.
Now, if people are interested in attending this is for the regular person. You can somehow get tickets to this?
Absolutely. You can definitely buy tickets. And, for all the events that I do, I list them on my website at ChefTylerStone.com. And there's a link, one of the buttons says News, and you just click on that, and it shows all my events listed in chronological order. And then you just click on the website link next to whatever event you're interested in.
Right.
It'll take you right to their website where you can buy those tickets and find out more info about the event, which is really great.
And I wanted to make sure your name is spelled Tyler.
Correct.
So now let me tell you something, Diane, about Chef Tyler Stone. The first time,
cute?
Well, that's what I'm going to. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I'm telling you, this guy, whenever he sets up, the first time I was walking, I see this group of women around this table, but I can't see who's behind the table. And what's going on here? Is there a purse sale or something?
Uh-oh.
No, this young man is cooking food, and these women are just eating it. Now I have to tell you, this guy is very charismatic, very nice-looking man.
Like you?
Well, I'm yeah.
No, look at him blushing. Basil's blushing.
I'm sorry, but I can't compete with Basil.
No. And he cooks. and he could have his own show on the network channel.
Okay,
on the cooking channel.
When are you going to Top Chef, Tyler?
Well, I've actually tried out for Top Chef. I've also tried out for the Food Network Star, and actually got a callback on the Food Network Star. But right now, I'm actually more focused on kind of producing and shooting my own pilot to shop to different networks.
Okay, can I help you with that?
Definitely, yeah. Well, I figure if it's anything like the book, which I've kind of gotten the formula down, it wouldn't be too hard for me, and then I could go straight to my own series and not have to go through all the reality TV stuff.
Would you keep the same title, like The Kid is Cooking?
The possibility. I don't know. The title could be, for instance, really the theme of my show would be have a lot of action involved, and it wouldn't be your typical format. So I don't really know what a great title would be. I'd probably have to do something pertaining to kind of the theme of the show.
How about, hey, good looking, you're really good at cooking?
That's a good one. I like that. I'll put that down on my list of possibilities.
Okay.
All right. How do we get a hold of the book? How can we get the book if somebody wants?
It's a limited edition of only 2,500 copies, and it's been out for a few years now. So I'm glad that it's a small quantity because it's my first. It's kind of my.
I'm going online tomorrow.
My
Tyler.
baby. So yeah, you can go on
Give
my
your
website, ChefTylerStone.com, and you can buy it right off of there securely via PayPal, and you can use a credit card or PayPal, and it's great. And you can order as many copies. And the nice thing about it is you can tell me when you're checking out who you would like me to sign it to, and that way it's a personally autographed book. It's not just another one of the books.
I'm done Christmas shopping. That's what I'm getting. Thanks. And Tyler,
exactly.
I'm serious. I'm doing it tomorrow. Everybody who's listening,
Absolutely.
Give your website again.
It's ChefTylerStone.com.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the air.
Basil.
You're listening to Bassil. Thank you. You're listening to Bassil and the Fish on Basil. Thank you. You're listening to Bassil and the Fish on AM 950. We'll be right back.